Alrighty, we should be live here if I can get anyone in the chat to confirm that. There's only one viewer on the stream right now, it seems, but I can only hope more can roll in here soon. Nobody yet. When I mean nobody, I mean like the one viewer who is currently apparently watching the video right now. I have no idea who that is, but we'll see. We'll see. So I should probably just get into it right here. So welcome to the very first BrayBray live stream here on December 26th, 2024. Oh boy. So what I was thinking I would do for this stream is, we'll do a little bit of tomfoolery. Obviously, we're going to play some Mario Kart here. We can actually get that up. But also, I do have a little bit of an agenda I want to get to here. So, seems in the title, we're of course going to be talking about some lost media shenanigans going on in the community right now, and also the brand new video I just put out earlier today. It was supposed to come out yesterday on Christmas Day, but that didn't really work out because I had stuff going on, with family and all that, but I was able to get it out today, and I gotta say, I'm not very impressed, but I'm somewhat impressed by the view count on the video so far. Y'all have been clicking the hell out of that video, I ain't gonna lie, but it has definitely been an adventure. I literally got that video done within, 48 hours. It's pretty crazy. So I think I started the video on Christmas Eve, I started writing the video. I got the entire script done on Christmas Eve. And then I got to voiceover and then editing on Christmas Day, and then I finished in the very wee hours of today and was able to get the video uploaded, and I had it scheduled to upload at 11 a.m. today. So that's how my day went, and as I said, it was looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good so far. I think it ranked, out of my past 10 videos, 4 out of 10 so far, so that's pretty good. Thank you guys for the engagement. Very cool, very cool. So, let's get into the plain Mario Kart part here. Now, it is kind of funny because yesterday I renewed my Nintendo Switch Online subscription for the first time in 3 months, and uh-oh. Good old Nintendo servers, if you know what I mean. Actually, I think it's peer-to-peer, but who cares? Alright, let's see if it works this time. Holding out hope. Holding out hope. There we go. There we go. Alrighty, we got Donut Plains, Dragon Driftway, Romavanti. We'll go with Dragon Driftway because it's a pretty nice track. So, as I was saying, I renewed my Nintendo Switch Online subscription for the first time in 3 months yesterday. And, ooh boy, I really haven't played this game in, 3 months probably, honestly, because I completely forgot to renew my subscription, and then I just never played the game for good. But here we are. I might be a little bit rusty. I did play a few practice rounds before I started streaming, and I did get it first, my last race, so I don't know if that was the luck of the draw or just the difficulty of the room being quite easy. I don't know, we'll have to see. Gotta make sure we're on an even playing field. So, Little Miss Acorn in the chat said, "Damn, I want to join." I was actually thinking too, for future streams, we could do public tournaments and whatnot too, because I know you can set those up in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It's pretty cool. So here we are in Romavanti. I think this is the track. So, obviously, I'm going to try to split my attention 50-50 in between talking about the game and also happenings in the Lost Media community, because, ooh boy, there have been some interesting things going on, you know, with the whole Backyardigans pilot situation. You know, several people in that search. I talk to them pretty much every day. So let's get started on that, because I know a couple of you wondering my thoughts on the whole situation. I mean, they're basically the same thoughts as everyone else who's been talking about it now. Backyardigans with the evidence. Yeah, so that whole situation, you know, it's really interesting. It kind of reminds me of the whole situation with it was another search I was in. It was kind of before I was in the Lost Media Monsters Busters, before I started this whole channel. It was kind of in that weird in-between period. There were people in the search, you know, that were kind of harboring information. Now, obviously, this wasn't like the piece of Lost Media itself they had. It was more just general, like, information, whether it be contacts and stuff like that. There was generally just kind of a barrier in between us where we couldn't really get that information because there was just such a rift, you know, that going on. It's quite an interesting time. And, you know, with the whole Backyardigans wiki admin situation, I think that really reminded me of that whole thing. I'm in ninth right now. I really gotta start catching up. Yeah, this is gonna be a problem today, because if I go on a big tangent about Lost Media for a good, I don't know, 15 minutes and not pay attention, I'm gonna lose like a good 150 VR. I just realized I was just putting more shells too for a good, I don't know, 20 years. But yeah, that whole situation, obviously very intriguing to the eye. The fact that can even happen in the modern Lost Media community is pretty wild, to say the least. Kind of one of those happenings that was really common in like 2015, 2016, 2017, something like that. Yeah, the Backyardigan situation is so dumb. Like, you're hoarding a kid's show pilot, not a hunk of gold. It ain't that deep. Yeah. That is definitely one of the things, too. Like, it's literally just the Backyardigans pilot. Like, and, I mean, we've talked about this before just between me and some of the members of the search team, you know. The reason why they're probably harboring the pilot is probably because, you know, they feel like some sort of personal gain they can create about it. Like, they can brag about it. It's not necessarily about that sort of collective good. It's more about, oh, I got the Me and My Friends pilot. Look at me, guys. I'm so cool. And, you know, that kind of just boils down to why, you know, it's just been so crazy as of recent. Because, you know, Lost Media, it's only getting bigger among the masses. And when they find out about a situation like this, there's only going to be more pressure put on those people who are gatekeeping the pilot to actually, like, come out and say something, or at least, you know, they'll say something eventually. I think there'll be a point where we get in contact with one of the admins and we kind of reason with them, like, hey, why do you have this? Like, you could be doing a good public service if you were to release this, but I guess not. I guess that time would have to wait. Yeah. We're not gonna mention that name in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. Ban this, please, Nintendo. Ban this. This person. Chat, can we click this? Can we click this? Now it's time to start paying attention to the actual game, because I've been going on long about this, and, you know, this is kind of my main focus right now, my little, gaming, try to hit that name. Chat, can you click this, please? I'm gonna start saying that more. I like saying fuck. Oh my god. Chat, can you clip this? Can you clip this, chat? A little backspin action. Wreck my boys. By the way, I think that's the famous Super Mario Kart car character. It's funny because, I actually created, not to brag, but I did create the Super Mario Kart R article on the last week with me. Very cool, old, lost video game data, specifically for Mario Kart 64. Yeah, can you tell I'm a big Mario Kart fan? Mario Kart's good. It's pretty funny, a funny thing about that search. When I was creating the Lost Media Wiki article, it was like, July 2020 or something like that, and the big Nintendo Giga Leak happened where all this stuff started getting found from a lot of old Nintendo games. That's not good. That's not good. Whew. Starting to break a sweat over here. I do not want to get hit by that. Okay, I think we just avoided disaster. As I was saying, the Nintendo Giga Leak, that was a thing happening while I was trying to create the Super Mario Kart R article on the wiki. It was quite interesting because there was a bunch of stuff that leaked more specifically from that version of the game. Like, I think there was a test track that got leaked, and also a city track. It's pretty cool, honestly, just the way people were, I shouldn't have used my mushroom right there. I should have gotten closer to the shortcut before I used it. Yay on my part. Yeah, Mario Kart Wii was goated. I mean, I remember playing that game. It's funny, because I used to go to Latchkey in elementary school, and they had a Wii, and sometimes we'd break out the old Wii, and we would just go to town on some Maple Treeway or Coconut Mall or something like that. It was really fun back in the day. You can barely hear me over the game. Maybe I should turn it down then. I think I got my mic volume up all the way. Yeah. So, can you hear me better? Tom Green 99. Alrighty, sounds good. Yeah, obviously, since this is my first time streaming here on the channel, there are going to be little slip-ups here and there, but hopefully you can iron those out over time. Those are definitely fixable things. Like, I remember when I first streamed on the LMB a couple months ago, there were some problems with the volume, but we were able to iron those out pretty quickly, so no worries there. As we go into GCN, Dry Desert. Isn't it funny how they call it GCN and not NGC, like Nintendo GameCube? Why is it GameCube Nintendo? I can tell you why. It's because NGC means National Geographic Channel, and they don't want to get in trouble for copyright. Very cool fun facts from BrayBray, if you know what I mean. Probably got that from a Digino gaming video back in the day, but we don't talk about that. Actually, we do talk about that because Digino Gaming was actually one of my initial inspirations for my channel. I was kind of wanting to do like the sort of gaming fun fact genre. You know, a lot of my content was based on a lot of those early like gaming facts channels, gaming beta channels, Beta 64, Digino Gaming, because that's what my initial plans were for the BrayBray YouTube channel. Just another little BrayBray fun fact for you. And we got a mushroom in first. Dodge a blue shell with this. I kind of want to look at the live chat, but obviously I can't right now because we're gaming. We are cruising right now. The good thing about being in first is that you can kind of just chill out, drive the track. Unless a blue shell comes, you can actually talk about stuff. Not have to focus on the game as much. Now I have to focus because I am on the edge of the void right now. Got rid of that blooper. Pretty cool. Ooh. I don't know what Sarah has. I think Sarah has a red shell. Good thing I got protection. That's what she said. Uh-oh. Looks like I was right. Actually, I laid that bomb in that corner over there. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I don't think it hit any. I don't think it hit anybody though. Yeah, I had a cold a couple days ago, and I still kind of sound a little bit stuffy, I guess you could say, but I do have a mushroom right now, and you know exactly what I'm going to do with this. I thought I had it. I thought I had it figured out. We're still getting third, though. Pretty cool, pretty cool. So, let me look back at the chat over here. Also, finally, after many years, Kamek can finally get on the road and drive. Yeah, for sure. He was actually in Mario Kart Tour, I believe, to begin with. But then he made the transfer over to this game in one of the DLC packs. I forget which one. I can't believe there's still more new gaming lost media searches. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy, honestly. On the topic of that, I think that one of the most weird things to come out of 2024 in lost media is the whole popularity of the talking games, if you know what I mean. Like, because we all know what Charlie the Steak is, right? The whole phenomenon surrounding that. And what I've noticed recently with the whole Charlie the Steak thing getting found is there are just more and more talking searches popping up. Like, I constantly will go on the wiki and I'm like, hey, there's another article about a talking game. And it's just kind of mind-blowing to consider that, because these were just like stupid little filler games that you put on your iPod Touch back in the day. Like, they weren't anything special conceptually. Hello, Unforgettable Luncheon. How are we doing today? In before Carl Jobs makes a vid about you cheating in Mario Kart. We're not gonna talk about my hacks, guys. I got my little hacks, okay? Just kidding. I would never do such a thing. I'm not a 13-year-old playing Roblox Arsenal, if you know what I mean. Here we are in Cheap Cheap Beach, one of my favorite tracks back on the DS. Yes, I did in fact play Mario Kart DS back in the day, and yes, it was a very fun game. I remember playing it actually on my Nintendo 2DS, you know, the big slab console before it broke. And I remember going to one of my local stores that sold older games. I remember being like, yeah, I want that. That one right there. It's Mario Kart DS, and one of the most fun Mario Karts in my opinion. I know there's stuff going on in chat right now, I just can't look at it fully. It's funny too, because the way my setup is going over here... Oh, that was a good place, banana. I gotta make sure to pay attention to the track before I start talking, so that way there's nothing in front of me that I accidentally run into. I have nothing. Why are you hitting? Nothing to my name. I have exactly $0 to my name. That is no lie either. I have only 1 coin. Like this. I do have a bullet, so... we can get back in this race, but I'm going to save it. One of the best pieces of advice I can give you if you're ever playing Mario Kart, especially online, is to save your items until you can use them in a good spot. Use it. zooming past the competition. There is a person up there with a... Oh god, okay, I can't drive because there's just 15,000 things going on the track right now. Alright, let me look back at the chat over here. Let me, actually... So, I am doing very well, Unforgettable Luncheon. Thanks for asking. Hacks, how epic are they? They are very epic indeed. I actually have all of the tricks up my sleeve that I could use to gain an advantage on my opponents. Yes, I am secretly Billy Mitchell. It's kind of like that AVGN clip back in the day where it was like, what did he say? He's like, that's right, we're gonna cheat. He said something before that, though. Just one person online match. They hate to see me coming. Well, good on you. I'm trying to get there. I got there earlier, but I'm still trying to get there on stream. It is just so hard to talk while I'm focusing on the race. Just Piranha Plant slide. Yeah, I played quite a bit of Mario Kart 7 back in the day, too. Pretty fire game, if I do say so myself. My good friend Miles is messaging me right now. What does he have to say? SpongeBob is proud to be Oregonian. It's goated. Shout out to my boy Miles on the stream over here. I had to sacrifice my boost start just to read his message. Very cool. Very cool indeed. So, I kind of want to get into talking about my new video too, a little bit more in detail after I finish this race. But right now we're just going to chill out and play some Mario Kart, have a little fun. Shout out to the fans for sticking around, the true fans, the whopping 2 concurrent viewers I got going on right now in chat. I couldn't tell if that was a red shell or a mushroom. That's a bomb. That's a bomb. Don't scream that in a crowded theater, kids. Listen, there's things you can say in Mario Kart that be very frowned upon in real life, like, that's a bomb. Or just bomb in general. We're catching up. We are in second right now. Everybody's going to take that shortcut, but I got some aces up my sleeve, of course. And when I mean aces, I mean red shells. These are absolute lasers in this game. Yeah, red shells are a little too OP in this game, if I were to admit it. They actually worked the best in Mario Kart Wii, in my opinion, because in that game, yeah, they would target the player who is in the position in front of you, but it wouldn't be like a laser, it'd just be like a general... Damn, I did not know how the blue shell would work right there. I was not... And there goes my mushroom. I gotta get out of the off-road. I gotta take a wide line. That sucked. I gotta get a drink. Gotta get some of that energy back in me that made me so good in the first place. What is my VR now? Hold on, let me exit this room. Join another one because I want to check my VR. 14,321. I think I lost like, I don't know, a net 50 VR so far. I hope the stream isn't sponsored by Honey. Yeah, I hope not. It's funny because I've been seeing that video in my recommended where it's like the thumbnail with like Mr. Beast and all those like other content creators on it. It's like, honey is a scam. It's got like, Mr. Beast has like horns, like devil horns and whatnot. It's pretty wild. You know what I'm talking about, right? You've definitely seen it in your YouTube recommended. That's a bomb. Me opening my mailbox on a fine sunny day. Unless you live in Mozambique, which does not have a mail service. Let's see, I'm going to switch my character too. We're going to go Orange Birdo. Why not? So, as I was going to say, I'm going to talk a little bit more about my newest video, as well as some upcoming videos coming here on the BrayBray YouTube channel, as well as some new videos coming up on the Lost Media Busters YouTube channel, because, oh boy, do we got some stuff going on there as well. So, in terms of the newest video on my channel about the Lost Laugh Track cut of a Charlie Brown Christmas, which doesn't actually exist, and honestly, the whole idea of the laugh track cut existing was a giant farce. I mean, let's be real, guys. If you watched the video, you would know. But that video was quite the interesting one because, as I said earlier in the stream, I got the entire thing done within like a good, not necessarily 48 hours, maybe like 50, 60 hours. That entire video from start to finish was completed, from the script to the YouTube upload itself. Yes, the video is in fact worth watching, Tom Green. Very, very interesting video, if I do say so myself. I got that video done, and needless to say, I'm pretty proud of the final result. And I'm pretty proud of how it's doing so far. I believe it's like 4 out of 10, 3 out of 10. Let me check YouTube Studio real quick. 4 out of 10. It's got 293 views so far. So that may not seem like much in the grand scheme of things, but it's actually performed better than most of my recent videos, like the Canada Lost televised exorcism and the Virtual Boy videos, as well as my most recent episode of Decom Dance, which, by the way, I'm debating on either doing the second episode of Decom Dance or the new video. It'll be like a 40-50 minute video that I've been planning for a while now for my channel to start the year. And it's going to be about something that I thought was so insane and so crazy that I just had to cover it. Like, I legit just had to put it in my video ideas sheet. Alright, let me get back into the game here. So, that's basically it for what I wanted to talk about with the Charlie Brown Christmas video. Obviously, it was supposed to come out yesterday, but things came up, so it came out early today. Got the video done at like 1 a.m. EST, and was able to get it up onto YouTube, schedule it for 11 a.m. So, in terms of upcoming content, as I just mentioned, there's the whole thing with the second episode of Decom Dance, which is supposed to be on, I had it up here, I gotta get back into the game, but look here, I can't find it. So, of course, the second episode of Decom Dance is going to be on the second Disney Channel original movie, and of course, I haven't really started writing the script so far, or even really engaging in that subject, but I hope to get started on it within the next few days, if time permits. And then it's going to be either that or my brand new 40 to 50 minute video about a certain sitcom, if you can even call it that. It was more of a weird drama, I guess you could call it. I don't know what genre it would be. Probably a sitcom, honestly. That aired on ABC in the early 2010s. And when I heard about this subject, because what happened was it was lost media for like the longest time, but then someone just found all of the episodes and dumped them onto, I think, archive.org. I thought this subject was so crazy that I knew I just had to cover it. Like, the instant I saw the wiki article, I'm like, ooh boy, this is an interesting one. And I'm assuming you guys would be very interested in it too. So, it'll be either that or the second episode of the DCOM dance to start off 2025 for the channel. So, we're starting it off strong either way. And in terms of the Lost Media Busters YouTube channel, you know, the group YouTube channel that I have with good old Shishigumi and Miles and all those fantastic, wonderful people. I am in the off-road. I gotta get out. In terms of that channel, we are currently planning on a 35 to 40 minute video to start the year as well on there. And that will be about the Best of Nickelodeon Studios Florida video. Which, if you do not know, which any seasoned Lost Media vet like me should know about the Best of NSF video, but if you don't, it is the video that the original clip of me and my friends was in. It has been on YouTube for about 10 years at this point, and what we're going to do is we're going to go over every single piece of Lost Media in the Best of NSF video, which I believe there are 22 pieces in that video specifically, which is absolutely insane, because it's only like a 5-minute video, or at least we think it's a 5-minute video, or at least you would think it was a 5-minute video. There is a little twist that we're going to bring up in the video itself about why that may not be the case. Let me check live chat. I have a question. What's your favorite find this year? Joseph Time. Probably, let me think here, because obviously there have been several crazy finds with Everyone Knows That and The Most Mysterious Song on the Internet, but I mean, it's hard. I think it's really close between Everyone Knows That, The Most Mysterious Song on the Internet, and there's one other thing this year too that really sticks out in my mind, but oh yeah, celebrity number 6. Okay, probably The Most Mysterious Song on the Internet, and that is favored very slightly over Everyone Knows That, because Everyone Knows That was kind of, obviously the whole backstory behind the search was quite a little strange beast in itself, but I feel like The Most Mysterious Song on the Internet, I think that was just a very important find for the community in general, because that's what started the whole Lost Wave trend in the first place, is that song. And I mean, I've never been super into Lost Wave, I'll admit it. Lost Wave is not necessarily my specialty. I'm more of a classical Lost Media guy, but I still find it interesting, and I know it has its own little dedicated community, which is very dedicated to finding everything and anything that's related to those weird little lost songs. Not necessarily lost songs, but I guess unidentified songs. It is a very cool concept. That is a very well-placed bomb. Well played, my friend. Well played. Gotta get these coins. But that is definitely my favorite find of the year, if I were to say. This is a bloodbath over here. I saw like 3 little coin splotches right there that implied that people have gotten hit. Got a rotating broccoli. Anybody here watch Troy, the GOAT Mario Kart YouTuber. Trying to gain right now. I thought there was a person behind me. I'll let the green shell pass me. Now we got some revolving strawberries. Ooh. Is that a green shell? Uh-oh, here it comes. Here it comes. Glad I'm not in first right now, that's for sure. Trying to gain right now. It's crunch time. It's crunch time. Okay. Oh god. Oh my god. Oh god. I'm scared. This is not a position you want to be in. Gotta get the trick. Fourth. Oh, third. Let's go. Beautiful. Beautiful finish. My favorite find has to be a little curious. Let me look that up. I got the wiki open right here. I made sure to have it prepared so if people bring anything up. So it is a series that aired on HBO Family between 1999 and 2000. It aired for 42 episodes. Pretty cool. Yo, Mr. Bones, let's go. Let's go. One of the great members of the Me and My Friends search team, as well as a wonderful cartoonist and a gamer. I had to make sure to throw that in. Considering you made a video about the supposed laugh track in A Charlie Brown Christmas, maybe you should make a video about A Boy Named Charlie Brown deleted scenes, whether they be found, lost, or unconfirmed. I have never considered that one before, honestly. Syndicates. I made a page about it on LMW. I will have to check that out when I get the chance, because that is definitely something that I should consider as, I guess, a sequel to the video that came out today. Another big piece of Charlie Brown / Peanuts Lost Media is the sponsorship segments that initially aired on the specials original airings. Like, I know it was Coca-Cola for the Charlie Brown Christmas, and I think it was like Dolly Madison snack cakes or something weird like that for It's the Great Pumpkin and some of those other ones. Yeah, those were interesting. I remember hearing about them back in the day too. If anyone used to watch Lost Media Chronicles by Shoegazer Productions, kind of a forgotten name in the Lost Media scene nowadays because he hasn't uploaded in like 4 years. At least he hasn't uploaded any Lost Media content in like 4 years. There are some reasons behind that I'm not going to get into, but he did make some interesting videos back in the day. They weren't anything special, but they were on interesting topics that people could get engaged in, so I was definitely engaged with them back in the day. I'm sure a lot of people were too, that were in the community. But he did make a video about the sponsorship segments on the Peanut specials back in the day. And that was kind of interesting to me because, you know, it's weird stuff like that'll just like come up in some of our favorite pieces of media. Those weird little quirks and whatnot that eventually fall into the cracks and become lost media. That is not the optimal route on this track, but oh well. We're locked into the gameplay here. Watch out, guys. Look what your boy just did. Look what he did. looking pretty fresh on Berlin byways. One of the best city tracks in my opinion, but y'all have to hear me out on that one. Yes, the Berlin byways music does go pretty hard. I do have to agree with that. Yep, that is definitely Mr. Bones right there. You're making me red. How goes it? It is going very well. We are currently doing very well here on the BrayBray live stream. Alright, let me check out the article that I think it was Syndicates suggested to me. Did you make the article just recently, Syndicates? Should probably pick the track. Trying to find it here. You can send me a link, then that's fine. I'm just gonna search up. It was about the deleted scenes for Charlie Brown Christmas. Anyways, I gotta get back in the race here, but I seem to have found the article, and I will read it once this race is concluded. Not a great start so far, but that's to be expected on the worst city track in the game, Tokyo Blur. Do not at me about that. That is true. It is a very boring track conceptually. I mean, it's not a bad track by any means, but it's just kind of boring. Which is probably why they released it in Wave 1 of the DLC. We're at 10? It's time to take the epic shortcut. Epic shortcut is complete, and we are falling behind rapidly, so gotta take more shortcuts, I guess. But then again, there are no shortcuts to success. Remember that, my fellow audience of impressionable children. Just kidding. I love you guys. There are like 15 people in stars right now, so I'm not catching anybody. I want to get at least 6th, but I don't think that's going to happen. And it's not going to happen. How did they make Tokyo look so boring? Yeah, I know. I mean, it's not a boring city by any means, but I don't know, it just looks really boring in Mario Kart. Especially since, you know, I'm thinking of this. Okay, so Nintendo, they're based in Kyoto, right? And you know, Kyoto, they think they're so special because they're not Tokyo. They're not like the goated city in Japan. So they think they have some sort of like Napoleon complex where just because they're smaller, they think they're better. But that led to Nintendo making Tokyo look very boring. Yes, Kyoto is more rural. Gotta show off my geography skills a little bit. Essentially, but not the optimal route gets first place. Yeah, it was not the optimal route, but oh well, I guess it's a little ketchup I'd do. Ketchup like Heinz. Don't you just hate it when you go to a restaurant and the flavor of ketchup they got there is off, and then you look at the bottle and you realize it's one of those crappy restaurant ketchups and not Heinz, like House Fancy, or I think there's another one. Heinz ketchup is goated. Okay, so I did find the article. Boy named Charlie Brown partially found deleted scenes of animated film based on comic strip. You know me and deleted scenes, we go way back. This entire channel started with the famed SpongeBob SquarePants deleted scenes iceberg, a video which took like 3 years to make. One of the highlights of 2024 on the channel so far, that's for sure. Trying to multitask here, kind of looking over at the screen while I'm trying to play the game. You know, I just don't get a lot of time in between races. You know, I'm reading chat messages, and then what do you know, I'm back in a race, and I have to actually pay attention again. I tried to pull out my red shell right there, but I guess my button was completely cognitively distant. Taking the shortcut! Ooh, yeah! So I have some insane comebacks on this track. I'm surprised I didn't get hit right there. We're getting third, which is actually kind of surprising. We are now gaining VR for the first time in like forever. That was a Beauty and the Beast reference right there. Okay, let me get more into this article. So we got the failure face and Linus hallucination. Quite a bit, man. Extended psychiatry scene. Apparently this one is existence unconfirmed. Unused Rod McEwen songs. Seems like a really interesting article. Very good article at that. Shit, you're right, that is Frozen. Clearly I haven't watched any Disney movies in I don't know how long. Yeah, you're welcome, syndicates. And I have to say, you know, there's a lot of people who just aren't good at making LMW articles, but you seem to have it pretty good right off the bat, so I gotta give you credit. It's a really good article. I might be wrong, but I think I was introduced to you from the Backyardian CGI pilot video. Yeah, that video was quite popular, so as expected, that video was basically bioengineered to be popular. And we are on Baby Park now, the best track in the game. The best track in the game, Baby Park. My favorite. I love it every time you do a lap on Baby Park, the fence glows. I thought that's an interesting detail they put in there. They also made the track surroundings more like Disney World. I thought that was pretty cool too. We got shocked. What are we ever gonna do? I gotta let the bullet pass me, but I'm going around a turn right here. I thought this was the final lap. Guess not, we got one more. Does the fence only glow when you are on the final lap? I guess it does. Pretty cool detail, though, nonetheless. And we got 4th. Not bad. Although I am losing to people who have a good 1,000, 2,000 VR difference in between me and them. Baby Park is the wild honey pie of Mario Kart. Yeah, it does help to be passionate about what you're talking about. I know that from personal experience because, you know, if you try to get into a piece of lost media that you're just not interested in conceptually, then there's going to be problems. But if you are having genuine passion about something, you know, reach out to people, you know, create those LMW articles, create videos about it. The world is for the world... How do I want to put this? The world is out there for the taking. It's up to you to seize it. Bro, your voice is deep now. I just saw that. That's funny. Yeah, it's definitely gotten deeper ever since I made the Lost International Adaptations of Blue's Clues video. That video was quite the interesting one in the history of the BrayBray YouTube channel, that's for sure. So here we are on Sydney Sprint, another city track in this game. Now this track is the interesting one because Sydney is a very interesting city. The music also goes hard on this track. What is the best city music in this game? I like Bangkok Rush. Haha. That's a funny one. Not the Cat Peach. Anything but the Cat Peach. I need water. I need water. Hey, make sure when you're taking shortcuts that you don't bump into a tree when you're trying to do it. That would be fantastic. Little PSA from the BrayBray YouTube channel. Oh! I was taking a risk. I had a little death wish out for myself throwing that banana right there, but I guess it worked out. Please don't let me go into 10th place. Please don't let me go into 10th place. I'm begging you, please. Yeah, another reason why I wanted to do this live stream too is because, as if you couldn't tell, I got a capture card, so expect more epic BrayBray gaming adventures very, very soon. Whether that be on live streams or on my second channel, BrayBray. Yes, that is 3 Brays. And you can find the link to that channel in the description of this stream as well as every other video I make. So I hope to be uploading more on there, as well as, you know, dedicate more time to making gaming videos. Check chat. Amsterdam Drift is just arms. If you can choose one lost media to become found, which one? Me and my friends. No, just kidding. Although that is definitely up there. The music. Oh yeah, yeah. The music is definitely pretty good. So in terms of the lost media that if I were to choose would be found, it would probably be, I'm thinking something more historic, probably like London After Midnight, because that has definite historic value to it from a preservation point of view. Let me check Lost Media Busters real quick before this race starts. Yeah, 2024 was such a good year for Lost Media, although I'm not sure if it's the best. I think 2022 is going to be pretty hard to beat. As we start Yoshi Circuit, the only track in the series shaped like a character that it's named after. Oh, I'm taking the shortcut! Had to fake him out right there. Had to just pull out the little doohickey. Pull out a little party trick for the audience right there. And just like that, we are front running. Yeah, so more on that question you asked in Syndicate about if I were to pick one piece of ground media to actually be, you know, found. It would either have to be London After Midnight or maybe like the Umi Zoomies, honestly, because, you know, that personally to me is one of the most interesting pieces of lost media in the history of my YouTube career, my general lost media fascination. And we are getting decimated. We gotta get back in this race. Now we are in a prime position still. This is third place. I tried to go around that banana. I paid the price so hard. Yeah, sure. Why not? I have to focus. I have to focus. I can't do anything. I can't. I just can't. I can't do anything. There's so many. I just gotta use this. What even was that? I don't know. I legit do not know. The good thing about this track is there are a bunch of shortcuts I can take to get back in it, but I want to at least win. Triple mushrooms ain't gonna do it. Oh, buddy. Check chat again here. The Me and My Friends puppets are so deserving, especially Pablo. No lie, when you said Me and My Friends puppets, I thought you meant the meerkats. Which, I mean, the meerkats are quite the interesting fellows, if I do say so. But I can definitely agree, especially when you hear about the Uniqua spring lock incident of 98. You should never look that one up, by the way. Do not enter the Uniqua spring lock, the Uniqua spring lock incident of 1998 into your search bar. And my favorite snack, probably Oreos. I like Oreos. Oreos are pretty goated. More specifically, the Mega Stuff variety. Yeah, so If I were to look at more pieces of lost media here, that would be quite interesting. I mean, I like Mario Kart. I like playing Mario Kart, but maybe later on in the stream, I can move on to looking at some Lost Media Wiki articles, or articles on the archive, which are quite entertaining, but I wouldn't be using the archive on a daily basis if I were you, because you would instantly lose a good 20 brain cells every time you go to that website. Just had to do it to him right there. Just gotta keep doing those shortcuts. Now I gotta pay attention to the game. What am I gonna get? See, when I mean pay attention, I don't mean bumping into literally every car on the track. Smart bouncing green shell. I was drifting around the corner. It just so happened to lay a bomb right there where I couldn't avoid it. But he's paying the price, so he or she, or they. Anyways, as I was saying, I think, you know, looking at some LMW articles would be an interesting thing to do on this stream later on. It could be within the potentially next half an hour of the stream, which I don't know how long I want this stream to be. I figured, you know, this be a little test just to see if my little setup, my capture card, my mic, the whole format in general worked, but it seems to be working. So taking the shortcut, and we're getting second. No, we're getting first. Oh my god, he fell off. That is a surprise. That is a surprise. A very pleasant surprise. Do you have a nitro deck? I do not. Mario Motors. Oh yeah, Mario Motors, my favorite. Wasn't that like a canceled game that they were working on? It was like where you would sculpt metal and then you'd make like a vehicle out of it. I swear, that was a funny concept. If that were to come out, I would buy that. Sounds very interesting. Yeah, Mario Motors, lost build of unreleased Nintendo DS racer early 2000s. What's your least favorite food? I don't know. I mean, I'm not a picky eater by any means. So... Double Yoshi Explosion. Footage be lagging for the first time. It's probably because my sister is streaming shit off of Disney Plus again while I'm trying to stream. Very cool. Very cool. I hate cilantro so much. I mean, I don't really care for it. It's not something I would prefer, but I'll put up with it if it's on like a broccoli cheese soup or something like that. Cloud Drop Cruise, here we go. I gotta keep this lead. Leads are very precious in this game. So if you get a sizable enough one, then you can take a boom shell. And there goes my banana. Fantastic. Good thing about this track is that the item boxes are not placed very far apart, so you can easily double up on items right there. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. Although I am left unprotected here, so I am a little scared. Ignore me. Please ignore me. Theoretically, I should be beating everyone in this room because I have a higher VR than them, but I am streaming right now, so I'm trying to focus on the stream. Please spawn me. Thank God. Thank God. Oh, perfect. They're getting a double item. I kind of want to play aggressive right here. Trying to take... Almost set. That's the beauty of this game. That is the beauty right here. What's the stupidest lost media? I don't know. Like... I feel like it would be something of the children's show variety. I'm gonna leave this room. But, as I was saying, it'd be something of the children's show variety, and I know Syndicate suggested that'd be the Charlie dub of Caillou. Now, I think that's more fascinating than stupid, to be honest, but... I don't know, probably, like... those, like, dubs that people look for on the LMA for, like, different children's shows. Like, it'd be the most random thing. Like, I remember the whole Rory the Race Car Lost British dub or whatever that was. I referenced it in my Lost International Adaptations of Blue's Clues video. By the way, is the stream still lagging? Because I want to know. I think I remember that show. I don't really have any memories of it back in the day, but it's something that existed at some point. Okay, good. Still lagging. I don't know, maybe it's something on your end that's making the stream lag. I mean, you could always turn down the stream quality if it helps on your end, but obviously, I can't be 100% sure what's going on right now, so... So, as I was saying earlier, I kind of want to talk more about lost media now. I might get back into Mario Kart here in a minute, but in the meantime, I'll talk about some of the more interesting ideas I have planned for potential videos that could come out on the channel very, very soon. So, I have the Lost Pilots of the International Adaptations of Blue's Clues, which I guess that'd be a sort of spiritual successor to the very first hit video on this channel. Now, I did think about talking about that, but I did cover it to some extent in the... It's one of my videos that I... Oh, it was the... Okay. So, obviously, I mentioned earlier, if you were here initially, I was working on a video for LMB about the Best of Nickelodeon Studios Florida video, and in that video there are clips of the pilots of the Lost International adaptations of Blue's Clues, like Pistas de Azul and the UK dub, and I believe there was another one too, but that's all I can think of. But those will be covered there, and I think that'll definitely at least cover it surface knowledge wise. But if you guys want a full-length video, which I could definitely throw it out there either in like a poll or just to see what people think of the idea in a community post, but I could definitely throw it out there and see if there's any public interest in me making a full video about those pilots, which, I mean, it would certainly be an absolute banger on the views, but oh well. I don't do everything for the views, contrary to popular belief. I do actually cover things that I am passionate about in my videos, or at least I aim to. Yeah, there's that sitcom I was going to cover. It'd be like a 40-50 minute video. If you guys weren't here earlier, then I figured I'd mention now that I'm either going to cover, to start 2025 off, I'm either going to cover the sitcom video or the second episode of the DCOM dance. Damn, I gotta change my current video plan around. That's pretty wild. Anyways, so I'm probably gonna do one more little round of Mario Kart here, and then I'll probably get into actually looking at the wiki and whatnot. I kind of want to play Cheap Cheap Beach again. Cheap Cheap, the cheapest track and the wildest track of them all. It's very wild. I had a weird dream where there was this girl hiding in a school that nobody had seen, and for some reason that made her lost media. Eventually I found her, but she'd already been found by then. Yeah, I don't think that'll pass as an article you can make on the LMW. Very sorry about that. What was the easiest lost media search ever? Well, I mean, in terms of searches I've participated in, it'd probably be the... So, this was like 2 years ago. There was a search that I tried to conduct on the LMB. It was for a Danny Phantom promotional event that aired on commercial breaks on Nickelodeon back in like 2005, 2006. Back when the show was in its prime. And no lie, the whole search started from this, I guess it was like someone's demo reel on Vimeo. You know, demo reels, they're holy bastions of lost media per se. And they had several clips of the Danny Phantom Ultimate Enemy Face-Off, that's what the piece of media was called, in there, and the entire search started off with that. However, I was looking into it like literally like an hour after we announced the search to the public, and we made like an entire search channel about it. I was looking into it and I found a link to an old YouTube upload from like 2012 that was the entire Ultimate Enemy Face-Off block, and I was able to like reverse engineer the link to get the video to work on the Wayback Machine, and what do you know? I screen recorded the video and put it up on the LMB YouTube channel like not even an hour after the search started. So, woe is me. I guess that could be considered the easiest lost media search of all time. Again, if I try to go on a tangent here, I sacrifice my racing performance in the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe video game. That's the technical term. That's what Nintendo would call it. I swear that green shell scared the jeepers out of me. I gotta stay to the side. This bullet's coming in hot. And I got the Wario. That's the second time this has happened. That is the second time. Well, that was pretty easy. Yeah, definitely. I should definitely... Listen, I should stop. I should just completely ban myself from looking at the live chat while I'm trying to race, because I am getting 12th here. Demo reels are why we have so much of Boo. Yeah, I've definitely heard of Boo before. I think that was one of the most popular tweets on the LMB Twitter back in the day. It was about Boo. What do you think? 2 more races and then we'll switch to the LMW? What do the 3 concurrent viewers in chat think? Two more, fire. Okay, we'll go with 2 more, and then we'll switch to LMW articles. Yeah, I just want to take this moment to thank you all for coming out to the stream. You know, it's been pretty fun so far, and I hope we'll... 19 races later, yeah. I mean, if I do good, I'll think about doing more, but... That... Okay. Nothing. Definitely not dropping shit over here. Okay. Here we are on Snowland. A very boring name for a track, if I do say so myself. I don't know why. I just don't like ice physics. I do not like ice physics. I know that's definitely a popular opinion. It's not an original opinion by any means, but... It's funny because I just recently 100%ed New Super Mario Bros. Wii, and one of the last levels in the game, it's World 9-7. It's kind of an infamous level in Mario lore, because the whole gist of the level is that there are these piranha plants, and they shoot fireballs, and the entire level is made up of ice blocks with coins in them. And sometimes there'll be like portions of the level that are completely melted away because the piranha plants are just shooting fireballs at you, and there's no way you can escape it. It's like insane. And I was using save states, and I was just completely like raging at the game. Like, I was seriously in a plead for help because that level was just such a pain to 100%. Thank God that blue shell was airborne. I'm not gonna do anything risky. I'm not gonna take any shortcuts. Well, I mean, I would need a mushroom to take that big shortcut that I'm not good at around that turn right there, but oh well. What can we do? How'd you get a bullet? Why are there 2 bullets? What the hell happened? Oh god. Okay. Bounce off the sign. 4th place. Not bad. Not bad. Oh yeah, I saw that on a list of... Yeah, it's definitely infamous in the Mario series, that's for sure. Right up there with the special levels in Super Mario World. Alright, 1 more race. Let's make it a good one. Why not? We'll choose Daisy Circuit. Boo is such an anomaly. Basically half completed and due to release in months, but just shelved. It's like the smile of animated films. Yeah. The whole situation with that movie is quite weird, because I believe they started releasing merchandise too, and I kind of vividly remember merchandise actually coming out, and actually seeing some merch in stores from that movie. But it's just simple memories, and I'm not sure if they're true, because again, memory can be wrong. I feel like we overrate memory quite a bit in the lost media scene, but yeah, they did. It is kind of wild to think about, because the movie was really only half complete, as you said, and they just decided, oh, we're going to release merch like way ahead of time, even if the movie's not even totally complete. And we are, in fact, playing Daisy Circuit, so let's make it a good one. The confetti is coming down. This is the great race to end all races. Locked in right here. I like how I just don't care about any of the other races. I'm too busy lollygagging around. Then when it comes to this race, I'm just like completely and totally succumb to the racing metagame. And we just missed the items right there, so I need someone to open this up. There we go, we're getting the double item. Ooh, chomping at those bananas. I did not mean to use that mushroom, but oh well, here we are. Chomp, 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 chomp. This is the only item I ever get. And it doesn't protect anything from the back, so what can you do? I thought that was a bullet behind me. I just kept seeing that message on my screen, and I was a little bit confused. Oh, I saw that. I saw that. I didn't say anything, but I'm gonna take a really tight line here. Is there anything I can do? I'm just kind of in the vortex right now. They say the last few seconds of the race are the most important. How did that hit me? How? Will this live be unlisted? No, I expect it to be public afterwards, so you can just rewatch it if you want. 500 bananas. Alrighty, let me see my final VR total on the day. I'm assuming I lost VR because, I was only really paying attention for half the races. What am I doing? And we basically ended where I started. Fantastic. It's beautiful. Yeah, so I mean, what can I say? Wow, that sucked. More sports. Lost media time. Yep. It is definitely lost media time here in the BrayBray city. Morph sports, yeah. Man, I gotta get, yeah. I mean, it's a pretty good game. It's a hard game, that's for sure. It's definitely harder than a lot of other platformers of its type, but NMP remastered, yeah. Yeah, they made a Boo beach towel. That's kind of crazy. I think they made like a puzzle too or something like that. It's kind of crazy. Back in the day, like the fact that they even planned that stuff that far in advance is just wild to me. All right, let me switch over to the LMW here. Alrighty, so here we are. It is the wonderful LMW. Actually, let me... One second, guys. Let me get this figured out. All right, we should be good to go now. If you guys can hear me, just say something in chat. All right, fantastic. Okay. So here we are. I was looking up Mario Motors earlier on the wiki. Very interesting little game they had going here. I can only imagine if it came out, how many people would actually like buy it because it's so out there, but it's so Nintendo of a concept, especially, back in the DS days where they were doing so many experimental things. Here's that famous Super Mario Kart R article too. It's only famous because I made it. See, there's Kamek right there, aka Magic Koopa. It's so weird how they're just staring into your soul. Like, that's not how it is in the actual game. They changed the portraits of the characters. I gotta mute this. Hold on just a second, guys. All right, we should be back in business now. As I was saying, yeah, it is very disturbing how these little characters. Anyways, let me look up Boo now because I know we were talking about that a little bit earlier. So, partially found unreleased DreamWorks animation film. Yeah, this was quite the interesting subject, especially back in the day when this was sort of in recent memory. I like the designs of the characters. I think they're pretty unique. What's this guy? He looks a little bit displeased. And yes, they did in fact release merch from the movie. Is it see right here? Yeah, it was an activity book, a beach towel, a promotional poster, whatever this is. It's like a glove? Oh, a mini flashlight. Okay. Back of tag for... This is just the beach towel tag. 2015 DreamWorks animation, yeah. They actually... It's funny because I swear seeing a lot of this stuff back in the day. What is Tony Leone? Leondis even do nowadays? I don't know. Put him into Wikipedia. Why not? The Emoji Movie. He gets a whole section about the Emoji Movie. Wow. What else did he do? Cartoon Sushi. Lilo and Stitch 2. I guess Boo was his big break, but it just never came to be. He rode into the sunset after Emoji Movie, it seems. Yeah, I guess the Emoji Movie just did him in. It was too much. People could not handle the Emoji Movie. Ooh, London After Midnight. I was just talking about this, like, I don't know, a good half an hour ago. Yeah, this was one of the pieces of lost media that I wanted to see get found if I were to pick. I think it's quite interesting that we just haven't found a copy of this film yet, because apparently, even though all copies were destroyed, I believe there's got to be at least one out there just sitting in somebody's attic, like there was for Joan of Arc, if anybody remembers that. It was just sitting in like a closet of, I think it was a mental hospital in like Norway. That was pretty crazy. How many articles are there on Lon Chaney films? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, counting London After Midnight. Someone was definitely cranking out those articles. Let's look at the new pages on the wiki, why not? Animation Diary, there's another Steven Hillenburg film. Yeah, he was studying at Cal Arts while he made a lot of these short films. It's pretty wild. Yeah, trivia. According to the Vimeo account, Stephen built a suitcase slash lightbox to keep track of each drawing for every day of 1991. Yeah, he did a lot of this experimental stuff, it seems, outside of his whole realm of SpongeBob, which, of course, he is the most famous for. He, of course, also had Hollywood Boulevard USA, which only recently got found. A lot of these films have been found, in fact. Turkish Ben 10 games. I'm going to get back to that. That's interesting. Alright, Joseph Time is asking for Morph Sports, so I figured we would go there. Morph Sports. Now, we are going to be covering this one in the Best of NSF video as well, because that's how we know about it. And, of course, it stars David Sidoni, the famous host of Being the Sound of Something New, if anybody knows what that is. Hello, Christy is here. How are we doing today on this very fine day? Baby bottle rack deleted scene. I will get to that. So, as I was mentioning, this is going to be featured in the Best of NSF video. And it stars David Sidoni, who also was the host of Being the Sound of Something New. And if anybody remembers watching LMB back in the day, it used to be known as the Media Busters, but now it is the Lost Media Busters. Back in those days, we actually made a video about Being the Sound of Something New. I thought it was very interesting from a conceptual perspective, because there really isn't... Well, back then, this show was just completely lost. Like, there were no clips of it online outside of, like, one clip that David Sidoni himself released, as well as a promo. But ever since, there have been several episodes. In fact, most of the episodes have gotten found through these giant compilations that were uploaded onto YouTube. I told LMB about. Oh yeah, the Charlie Brown ones. Yeah, I mean, Shish might actually make a post about it. I mean, if he hasn't already, which I might check actually. I'm not gonna check it right now. Anyways, what was I gonna do? I was gonna go back to the Baby Bottleneck deleted scene, and then we'll go back to the Turkish Ben 10 games because that sounded very interesting. From yes, this is the deleted scene from the Looney Tunes short. Yeah, this was quite the interesting one, right? The whole Baby Bottleneck deleted scene. Yeah, it was considered too suggestive by the Hayes office censors. They had pig nipples. It was very scandalous back in the day. This article is also tagged as needing work apparently because there just isn't a lot to it. Most abrupt cut of all time. I believe it. I totally believe it. Let's go back to the Turkish Ben 10. Partially found. I'm not going to even bother to pronounce that. The Turkish Ben 10 games are a group of video games developed by. I'm not even going to. Oh, Project Khalidi? Khalid? DJ Khaled. Made to promote the animated series Ben 10 that was becoming popular in Turkey at the time. Unknown KFC promotion. Oh god. That sounds a little interesting. I'm going to try pronouncing that. Boyuk Kalpizma. Any of my Turkish viewers want to try correcting me? Found KFC game somewhat. They spelled somewhat wrong, but oh well. Found man. Does it still work? I got Ruffle installed so I can see. Maybe in WB archives, yeah. We the best music. Yeah, it doesn't seem that this works. Oh yeah, this is how the video is doing so far. Not bad, not bad. I actually got the little symbol right there that says it's going up. It's going up. Ah, yes. The good old Santa Claus rare teaser trailer. This was just recently found because all we had before was a very low quality VHS cam rip, which was recorded right off the screen in the theater. So, yeah, uploaded the full original teaser. Small but good, yeah. Just saw the video a few hours ago and it was good. Small but good. Yeah, it wasn't expecting to be a very big video by any means. It was just supposed to be a little something that I did for the holiday season. I figured it fit the theme. Lost media is so inherently disturbing to me. No matter how minor it is, yeah. I mean, there's definitely that spooky element, even if it is like, and I know there's all those memes on the internet about how, you know, lost media YouTubers talking about a lost episode of SpongeBob versus true crime YouTubers talking about a murder or something like that. And the lost media YouTubers talk about it in a more dark way. But I don't know, there's just something so, like, inherently mysterious no matter what the piece of lost media is. And I mean, if you have that added, like, NSFW or NSFL tag onto it, like, that just only really adds to the mystery and the spooky vibes of it. Because it's like something that was there at one point in time that isn't there. And that's kind of freaky to think about. Anyways, let's get back into the Turkish Ben 10 games because we were still looking at that earlier. What about the children's show Party Animals? I will get to that in 1 second here. I can't type. Yeah, my computer's a little bit spaced from my chair over here, my little recording area. Yeah, I'm not even going to bother to pronounce anything of note on this page. Looks like a lot of it got found, though, but still, there's these. I'm really interested in the KFC promotion. That sounds extremely interesting. Apparently, they found some things from it, but I couldn't get anything working from it. Barbados versus Grenada soccer match is funny. That's the one where Barbados intentionally scored their own goal, if anyone is wondering. Yeah, that is definitely a funny one. It was a very weird rule that they used. I remember clicking on the early Shrek page for the first time. It was the middle of the night and the image jump scared me. Yeah, that was a very, very disturbing piece of lost media. If you were, searching, it's all right. I want you to picture this in your head, my fellow viewers. Imagine you're up late. It's like 3:05 a.m. on a Sunday night during the summer, so you don't have school. And you're just looking around on the Lost Media Wiki, minding your own business, when suddenly you click the random page button, and you see Chris Farley Shrek. You see his strange green skin pop up onto the screen, and his misaligned teeth scaring you. And it gives you a nice spook. It gives you a nice chill down the veins. Anyways, what were we going to look at? Party animals. Party animals. Gotta make sure to note that if I can actually access my... I don't know if this is on the wiki, but we'll try. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's on the wiki, but oh well. Similar situation, but with Everyone Knows That, you see, it was around 9 p.m. when I saw that the song was found. I was genuinely freaking out. I mean, I don't think it has that spooky vibe to it, but the whole story behind the search is definitely a little freaky, per se. You can even consider it that. Caillou UK dub. Yeah, let me go to that page, because I think that does, in fact, have a LMW article. The lost British dub of Caillou. Definitely a far cry from the lost international adaptations of Blue's Clues, that's for sure. I mean, the fact that they even felt the need to make a British dub is wild to me. Just wild. Why are these all labeled as existence unconfirmed? Like, you'd think they would make the entire show if they were trying to make a dub of it, but I guess only the ones that they could 100% legitimately confirm the existence of are listed on here as lost or partially found. Yeah, we were talking about the American dub of Caillou earlier. It was apparently called Charlie, and it was exclusively available on Comcast back in the day. That might have an LMW article. I'll have to look. Of course, everything is going to get preempted for Charlie the Steak, which we also were talking about earlier. Very interesting piece of lost media. It started a trend of the whole talking games being, I guess, documented on the wiki. Charlie, 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 Charlie. Charlie. Speaking of Charlie, you know about Charlie Brown, right? Yeah, he's in that most recent video of mine. Yeah, I don't know if it has a page here on the wiki, but I do definitely know what it is. And I remember hearing about it from that LSSQ video a while back. I was in utter disbelief when Subways of Your Mind was found, till I listened to it and heard the synth intro and drum production. Yeah, that was a crazy end of the search and a crazy find to, I guess, end the year off. Like, that'll definitely be one of the searches that 2024 is defined by when people think back. Let's check the other recent pages here on the wiki once it loads. The wiki can be a little bit slow sometimes. Please tell me that the wiki crashes while I'm trying to do a stream. I mean, sometimes it just does that, but still. Interesting. Very, very interesting. So it seems we've been going for about 2 hours now. It's a pretty good length. Yeah, Portuguese Blues Clues. I don't know if this is going to load. I don't know. I have a sneaking suspicion that the wiki, with its servers that are held up with sticks and stones, it's not going to work. That's not good. That's not good in the slightest. Let's see if I can load into the main page of the wiki. Yeah, while we're at it here, any predictions for potential found media in 2025? It's funny because me and some of my fellow Lost Media YouTuber friends, we do this little thing where we create a bingo card of pieces of media we want to get found in 2025, or we expect to get found in 2025, and we try to cross off our little bingos, put pieces of lost media on there that have the best chance of getting found. And I'm going to pull up Discord here for a minute just to see some of the different bingo cards that people have created so I can get a good idea of what people have been putting on there. My friend Miles did one. He put the "You Better Don't" McDonald's commercial, if you guys know about that. That's kind of a big search in the Lost Media Commercials Foundation. CR6, you guys probably... Oh, there's the wiki. I just saw it pop up on my end. It's beautiful. Yeah, so Big Star Secret, you guys know what that is. The TAT logo. Now, that's an interesting one because that's a search I am also personally involved in. The TAT Communications logo is one of the most famous Lost closing logos, if you guys know what that is. Now, I'm not in the closing logo community by any means. I think that a lot of what they do is just kind of doesn't really appeal to me all that much, but the TAT logo is an exception to that because it is definitely an interesting piece of lost media regardless, because you'd think in theory it would be a very easy thing to find. You know, it was airing on several reruns of very popular shows back in the day in the midst of the VHS era, but still, we haven't found the full thing yet. We have like a 1 second clip from it out of the full like 3-4 second logo, but that's definitely an interesting one. Our Little Genius, that is a game show. It was supposed to air on Fox back in the day, but one of the contestants was investigated by the FTC after it was found out that one of the producers of the show was giving the child answers. Down the Mine, Slam Fest, you guys know about that. Jeff the Killer Image, you know about that. CGI Pilot, Backyardigans, yep. Timothy Treadwell, audio. I don't know about that one. I think that'll definitely stay lost just because there's only like one copy that's only confirmed to exist. Low Down Underground, Me and My Friends, seems obvious. Oswald Osborne's ad, that could definitely get found. I could see that getting found totally in 2025 just because we've narrowed everything down when it comes to that search. Umizumi's Pilot, good. Phantom Blood, maybe. How long was my mic muted? How long was it muted? Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. We're back. We're back. I just realized that you guys could not hear me because my little button on my mic accidentally got triggered and it was a big. Okay. Let me backtrack here for a second. Where did I leave off? Like, legit, where did I leave off? It's just one of the many hiccups that I expected to happen. Surprisingly, there have been very few hiccups so far. There was a small volume issue earlier, but we were able to get that fixed. But yes, the 2025 fines. So we were talking about my friend Miles. He made a bingo card that had several pieces of lost media he wanted to get found in 2025, as well as pieces of lost media that were expected to get found. So he had stuff on there like the Dora pilot, the 77 Jeopardy pilot, the Archie dancing commercial, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Phantom Blood, the remaining Barbara Lowe episodes, Umizumi's pilot, Me and My Friends, Low Down Underground, Down the Mine, Slam Fest, Jeff the Killer Image, Backyardigan CGI pilot, stuff like that. You know, a lot of interesting ones and a lot of stuff he's personally involved in, like the Rock Feud pilot, which I do have the LMW article up for right now. And this is essentially a spin-off of Family Feud that was supposed to air back in the early 2000s, but it never got picked up. I believe it was on VH1 back in the day. I think the opticals and the illusions are going to get found. Is that... Let me look that up. Yeah, I've talked about this. It's hard to type when my computer is a good, like, foot away from my arm. So... Oh, it's an object show. Okay. I've never been into object shows, so I wouldn't know. Anyways, but it hit a roadblock after I contacted the Schultz Museum and they had nothing to show. Yeah, that is definitely a good resource to go to if you have any questions about Charlie Brown slash Peanuts Lost Media. Is to go to the Charles M. Schultz Museum. They have a very active email that you can send stuff to, but they've already been contacted, and of course they're the ones who deconfirmed the laugh track cut of A Charlie Brown Christmas from existing. I would love to show a clip, but you can't. What do you mean you can't? Yeah, Phantom Blood is a very popular piece that people want found because I think it's definitely we're like super close to getting it found. Like it's really only one lead away from truly being released to the general public because again, it's one of those pieces of lost media that you're surprised to hear is lost because like you wouldn't expect something, JoJo, it's such a popular series with so many popular pieces of media, whether it be the manga or the show or I think Phantom Blood's like the only film from it. I'm not super knowledgeable on the show or the entire franchise, but oh yeah, you can't do it in the chat. Well, I mean, you could always post it on YouTube and then we could always check it out, but I tried replying to the guy who saw the deleted scenes in college, but he made the comment 10 years ago and there's no way he's even going to reply to it. Yeah. I mean, when it comes to stuff, chances are if a guy commented on a video 10 years ago, he's not really going to go back and look back at that comment. It's not even going to be like a taste in his memory. You can't do that in the chat. Anyways, let me look back here and see if anybody else posted anything. And the stream currently has 0 concurrent viewers as it's showing right now. Very interesting. Very interesting. I don't know what to do alone. Me either. We got to get more engagement in here. I did post the link to the stream on my new Blue Sky account if you want to go follow me here. Nice. Nice. Good to see that you're sticking around, Joseph. Ooh, good old Reef Blower. Gotta love Reef Blower. One of my favorite pieces of non-existent lost media. I've kind of been on a non-existent lost media kick ever since this channel has started pumping out videos. Because you think about it, you got Pocket Money, you got Reef Blower, you got the Charlie Brown laugh track cut. Yeah, the search for the deleted scenes. I knew what you meant. I recently found an interesting lost media topic about an old sitcom pilot, and what made that old sitcom pilot be?
Well, actually, the recording machine was broken.
Yeah, guys, it was not broken. For the record, it was not broken. The episode was never planned to have voice acting. It was because the Screen Actors Guild mandated that they pay a separate set of voice acting fees for the episode. And of course, it was only like a 2-minute episode, so they figured, oh well, it's not really worth it. Game Farm. Yeah, let's look at Game Farm. Why not? Good old Game Farm. Gotta love Game Farm. Yeah, I remember talking about this show back in the day. I think it was on one of the random pieces of lost media videos, but It was one of the last shows taped at Nickelodeon Studios, Florida in 2003. One of the very last. That is interesting right there. That is quite the interesting thing. A racing game kind of reminds me of a certain Mario racing game. I don't know if you guys know what that is. Also, how were they able to get the licenses for the Mario and Luigi costumes? Like, you would seem like I don't know. Game Farm, it's a show that aired on Nick Gas, Nickelodeon Games and Sports. So, I mean, you wouldn't expect that would put a high amount of budget into it, but I guess they were able to get the licenses for the Mario, Luigi, and Peach costumes, which is quite interesting. Oh, shit. Let's go, Mario. Don't act like you're drunk now. Let's get up there. Let's do it. Oh, there goes Luigi. He's going down. He's gonna take it home. He's gonna go. Okay, why does Luigi get a rope but Mario doesn't? I know Luigi's got the whole Napoleon complex to him, but even then, like, why are you giving him free rides? Like, he's supposed to earn that through his own merits, okay? And that is quite interesting. Funny how this was '03, but it still looks like the N64. You know, I was thinking the exact same thing because when I saw the Mario and Luigi costumes, I instantly thought of Slamfest. You know me. Looks like my Pro controller is almost out of battery. I should probably just shut off this thing. Yeah, so as I was mentioning, the Mario and Luigi costumes definitely reminded me of Slamfest. And of course, that was made during the N64 era. Why is Luigi so lanky? Because he's Luigi. Why wouldn't he be lanky? He's the little brother. He's the small little brother, you know, the one that doesn't get all the spotlight. Poor little Luigi, as everyone says. Actually, he's taller than Mario, but we don't talk about that. I think there was someone else that said something about the. You're actually planning a video on Game Farm, Joseph? Wow. I would definitely watch that if you came out with one because it's funny. A lot of these old Nickelodeon game shows have a lot of interesting potential for people to cover them in the context of them being lost media because I mean, Nick Gass was definitely a savior in terms of the archival of a lot of those shows because we wouldn't really know much about them to begin with if it weren't for Nickelodeon Games and Sports existing. Because all they did was basically air reruns of old Nick game shows, whether it be like Double Dare or Guts or Make the Grade or even Game Farm, because that was an exclusive to the network. But I would definitely watch a video if you made one about Game Farm. Syndicates deleted their message. I guess we can't. 4,000 Fingers of Dr. T Extended Cut. Okay. I think it's called The 4,000. Or is it just 4,000 Fingers? Dr. T. Lost Media Wiki search is tweaking out right now. I remember hearing about this back in the day. It was quite the interesting one. So, from what it looks like, this movie is based on an idea by Dr. Seuss. and it had quite a few deleted scenes. And of course, this being 1953, movie preservation was only starting to be considered as a serious thing in the 50s. And that goes with most things, honestly. Like, the 50s felt like the biggest boom in terms of preservation, because we found new ways to preserve television. We found new ways to preserve movies. We found new ways to preserve books, even. It's honestly kind of crazy. Cut songs, question mark? What is this? Someone's standing on a giant silhouette of a hand. I don't know. I should probably watch this movie. It would be an interesting subject for a video, that's for sure. Do all the obscure lost media YouTubers just know each other? Yes, we do. We have that rainbow connection like the Muppets. Christmas University Challenge. Ooh, they just had to throw in a Christmas spin to the famous British quiz show. Maybe do a Dr. Seuss lost media video. Yeah, I know there's definitely more out there from Dr. Seuss. The job is always red. Haha, Middlesex University. I can't listen. British city names are the funniest thing, aren't they? There's 3. Oh, yeah, the lost episode of the quiz show. Yeah, like Brentford. The team, including David Aronovich, later a well-known journalist, answered every question with the names of various socialist revolutionaries. For example, Leon Trotsky and Karl Marx, and popular figures, e.g. Marilyn Monroe. It is said that this was an attempt to make the program unbroadcastable. Apparently this was a part of a big protest. Urging the team to calm down and answer genuinely. They eventually obliged, going on to score 40 points. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Let's go back to the new pages here. Why not? Lost unreleased election photograph of French president. One night at Flumpty's. Oh, this... due to references to grooming. Yeah, this is no territory. This is no territory. Partially found arts top. Ooh, arts. Oh, this is an interesting rabbit hole here. So, arts actually was the block that aired on Nickelodeon after the channel went off the air in the early 80s, because first it was Star Channel, which was like this like movie channel, and initially got spun off and it became the movie channel. And then it was Arts, which means Alpha Repertory Television Service, and it was a precursor to A&E. Listen, I love how they just made it Arts too. Like, they legit only chose this name just so they can make the acronym Arts. It's wild. Ooh, Ralph Bakshi, the famous animator, known for several famous animated productions. Arts sounds so fancy, pretentious. Yeah, it does. Because it was. Because it was literally made for the fine arts. The fine arts, the music snobs, the art snobs, the people who would go to the art museum downtown. Yeah, so that's definitely interesting. Good to see it has some things going for it on the wiki. Ooh, I love the Polish language. I love the Polish language. Like legit try pronouncing that. Actually, Dutch is a more funny looking language, but Polish is a close second, followed by Finnish and then Swedish. Except for maybe Go Motion. Ah yes, good old Go Motion. Gotta love Go Motion. Can we shout out Go Motion in the chat? I love Go Motion. On December 21st, 2024, the version 1.0 of the game made for iOS that was included in the leak was found by a Discord user named Fornolzek, who sent the Google Drive link to the Polish Lost Media Discord server. That exists? There's a Polish Lost Media Discord server? I shouldn't be surprised. I think there's a Brazilian Lost Media Discord server. There's a Mexican Lost Media Discord server. There is I think a Russian Lost Media Discord server. There were a couple other ones too. I know my friend Equarep, he knows a lot of people in the Lost Media community who are outside of English-speaking territories, so that has definitely got some potential right there, but of course there's some language barriers there that we would need to cross. A video on this. Let's see the video on this. Lost Media 148. Underrated Lost Media YouTuber. You be pumping out 148 Lost Media videos so far. Ooh. Hmm.
I'm sorry about not really saying the full title, but I don't know how to speak Polish, and I don't want to, like, fuck up the language and disrespect Polish people, so I don't know what.
I'm not going to attempt saying it either. Good on him. Good on him. He's being a good person. Yeah, I might need to turn up the volume a little bit here. Let me pull up OBS real quick. Okay, let me go back here. So, as we were saying, this is a very interesting piece of Lost Media that I have seen on the wiki a couple times recently. Apparently, it was a SpongeBob mobile game that was used to teach children about road safety. It was sent to police stations all across Poland, which contained music video and quiz in which SpongeBob tested children's road safety knowledge. These DVDs were later shown in many schools and kindergartens. Kindergartens. A Terra leak. Not even a Giga leak, a Terra leak. They just had to use the word Terra leak up in this joint. Pretty wild. I'm going to cart off and leave. Bye, syndicates. It's definitely been fun. You have been one of the most active people in chat on this stream. So, good night. Let's see, how long has this stream been going on? Nearly in 2 hours and 30 minutes. Damn. It's quite the one right there. Does Aquarep know everyone from BrayBray to Secure Stardust? Yeah. We definitely talk. He is a pretty cool guy. Makes a lot of icebergs. A lot of cool icebergs. A lot of unique icebergs. Snavely? Chateau Snavely was a pilot episode for a US version of Faulty Towers. I believe that is a British series. Found media. Let's just look. Film? Good? It spells film. That is very interesting. Interesting, interesting. "1989 Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade." I remember when this was lost. I also remember when the 1982 parade was lost. Yeah, very interesting. Ah, yes, gotta love the Filipino commercials trend on the wiki that was popular, like, I don't know, a year ago, back when Encarnacion Chavez was one of those poppin' pieces of lost media. Also, after this page, can we look at the page for the show A Dog's Life? Yes, okay. I knew there was another piece of media that someone was wanting in the chat. Dog's Life. So this was about the. I think I remember hearing about this in a Braden Insane video. You know, he makes the 10 intriguing pieces of lost media videos. Quite the fascinating subjects I've learned from there. It's kind of a mishmash of different pieces. So this is a NBC sitcom pilot. You gotta love old sitcoms. There's just a treasure trove of lost media from those, that's for sure. The best TV shows that never were, an ABC special that shows some of the worst rejected TV pilots ever pitched to a network. So then why is it called the best TV shows that never were? That'd be like maybe sarcasm. I don't know. I don't know. I won't look too much into it. But this is definitely an interesting subject because if you guys remember, I covered a sitcom that aired on Animal Planet back in the early 2000s called Beware of Dog. And that definitely reminds me of this. Probably people vandalizing the wiki. I mean, potentially. I mean, I think moderation on the wiki is pretty good from a conceptual point. Obviously, me and my mom, me and my, I almost said me and my friends, me and my friends. While the lost me is really getting to my head, ain't that the truth? But as I was saying, I think moderation on the wiki itself is pretty good. I mean, I think it's definitely better than the archive. I think they've learned their lesson over the years, but that's that. Because it was the best that did not become a full show. Me and my failures, yeah. Me and my failure to speak of the correct piece of lost media. Hello, Satella guy. How are we doing today? Let me go back here on the wiki. Road Rash 2. Lost unreleased Sega Game Gear port of Sega Genesis game. You gotta love the Game Gear. It's one of the best consoles of all time. Joking. Doesn't seem all that special in the grand scheme, but it's something. Oh, mind checking out the LMW forums. Posted a thread about Charlie Brown there. Ooh, yeah. We've definitely been going on and on about the Peanuts lost media, that's for sure. As in relation to the newest video. What Charlie Brown piece of lost media was the thread about? Satella guy. I mean, the Game Gear was kind of underrated, but also it kind of deserved its failure because, A, it only lasted like 2 minutes on battery, let's be real here. But also, the Game Boy just generally has a better lineup of games. Check the lost media section. Okay. Yeah, there's that you better don't ad. Lost magazine. Hmm. Just trying to find it here. Let's go to the second page. Gate kept piece of lost media. This is very interesting. No, not me and my friends. Wow, there's more than one piece of gate kept lost media out there? My mind is blown. My LMW forums alias is Starfy Guy. Okay, I'll look you up on the forums here. There we go. There's the thread we're looking for. Okay, so recently I was watching It's Your 20th Television Anniversary, Charlie Brown, for probably the 5th time now, and I noticed that in the first 10 to 15 minutes of the video, I watched to see the special that the clips were shown of some Charlie Brown specials had different music. I will make a video on my YouTube channel comparing the differences as soon as I can. So is this generally just about, like... Yeah, quite a few private collectors can be real. Yeah, I agree with that. I think there's, when it comes to private collectors, I feel like you definitely want treasured pieces of lost media out of their hands, and I hate to say it because they are, it's literally in the name. They're private collectors. They try to keep everything to themselves while not broadening in their appeal to the general public. It's kind of selfish on their part. Yeah, Socks the Cat Rocks the Hills is definitely a good example of a gate-kept piece of lost media. Yeah, compared to the original versions aired on CBS in the 70s. Yeah, I mean, I know they've definitely made edits to the Peanuts specials over time. I did encounter that in my research when it came to Peanuts lost media. Yeah, this definitely looks interesting. I'm going to click on this video. Oh, yeah, it's private. Duh. Okay, we got to go back to the archive.org link. We got to see. Damn, 1985? It's quite the old one. Same year as the Barbara Lowe episodes. At the 5-minute mark. Okay, let's look at the 5-minute mark. Yeah, interesting from a conceptual perspective, that's for sure. I think that those clips right there are just kind of unique, I guess you could say. I don't know, I'm thinking about making it to 3 hours with this stream, but I don't know. Profile. Do I got like a message? Notifications. Quoted you in the thread, lost SpongeBob. So this was a thread I was initially involved in quite a while back. I think this was like a year ago. I guess the thread just ended. It seems they got into a fight. Yeah, so this was about the United Plankton Pictures closing logo. There was like a different rendition of it with a foghorn. I think LSQ covered this in a video a while back, but this thread was started about the subject, and I had my own little theory about the logo. It's kind of a long story, but it seems like the thread devolved into just infighting, which is kind of unfortunate. Yeah, it was a seagull. The version we all know and love was a seagull, but we're talking about how there was another version of the logo that apparently had a foghorn as the backtrack. Two unknown segments from 2008. What two unknown segments from 2008? Oh, PSAs. I see. Okay. What was the first ever piece of lost media that you were involved? Sorry, my okay. So my second monitor is like a good 5 feet away from my laptop right here because the way my mic is set up, I got my laptop on my bed and my monitor on my desk. So I might need to like squint a little bit to see you guys' messages. But it says, "What was the first ever piece of lost media that you were involved in when it comes to searching for it?" So the very first piece of lost media like I was actively involved in searching for was the okay, let me think back here because it depends on what you consider a active search. If we were to be talking about like my days on the LMW and like actually trying to search for stuff, that would start back in like late 2020 with the whole blueprints pilot, which that was definitely an article like a legit the only reason why I made my LMW account was to edit the blueprints page because I thought it could be better in terms of its formatting. Now, I was kind of stupid back then. I'll admit it. We all were. It was 2020. It was a crazy time in the world. But that was definitely like the first search that I was kind of involved in. But formally speaking, like when I was actually like collaborating with people, it would have to be Slamfest 99. Slamfest 99 was the search. Like even before On the Hunt 5 started, I was in the Slamfest search trying to find stuff from it. I knew this guy who was also very interested in the search. And the funny part is, he was actually banned from LMB because he was kind of being a little critter. But me and him, we kind of got along back in the day. It's quite interesting. We both shared a mutual interest in the Slamfest search. Now, we didn't get a lot done, and we didn't make a lot of progress. Obviously, we know the whole drill. The LMW picked up the search. They found all the stuff from it. You really don't need to do a lot of research to find out that the LMW was the main contributor to the Slamfest search. But it was an attempt, and it definitely does deserve credit as the first search I was directly involved in. I love piracy. Yeah, same. Random thing about the Charlie Brown TV anniversary special. At the start, the recycle animation was originally from You Don't Look 40 Charlie Brown. Yeah, I'll admit I don't know a lot about like the later Peanuts specials. I know I watched a video about them a while back, but I don't know a ton about them, but that is definitely interesting to consider. Let me get back on the wiki here and see what else we got going. I'm thinking about ending this stream at 9 p.m. EST. How do you feel about the most mysterious song on the internet being found, or sorry, identified? Um, it is definitely a feat, that's for sure. When people are going to think about 2024 in the context of found media, they're definitely going to think about the most mysterious song on the internet, aka Subways of Your Mind. Let's see. Listen, they really need to get around to updating this article edition section. It really only dates back to November 2023, which is wild. More than a year of backup. That's got to be like a good 2,000 articles at least. Yeah, let's just go to a random page here. Why not? Bomb the music industry. We were just talking about the word bomb earlier and how you can use it in Mario Kart, but if you screamed at an airport, that's a bad omen right there. Just like the Okay, Satellaview, or sorry, Satellaview. Oh my god. Okay, I'm losing it. Satella guy said, just saw the Circle 7 article, and my mind went back to the canceled Circle 7 version of Toy Story 3. Yeah, oh yeah. Funny thing about the Circle 7 films, I think there was someone in the community who was planning on making a video documenting every single one of those, but they unfortunately left the community. You probably know who they are, but yippee, that's what I'm saying. Got a little bit of optimism going on here. Babushka lady photos, yes, the famous JFK assassination babushka lady photos. My favorite. While we're at it, let's go to the Circle 7 page on the wiki. I think that exists, right? Or is it Disney's? I swear there was a page on here about it, but I guess not. Maybe there is. I'm just not looking hard enough. Oh well. I could always just search it up. Full stop. Circle 7. There it is. Disney Circle 7 animation. Oh yeah, it's a featured page on the wiki. I could have just went there. Yeah, so this was the initial plan for Toy Story 3. It would have focused on a malfunctioning Buzz Lightyear who was shipped off back to the original Buzz Lightyear factory in Taipei, Taiwan. But as it turns out, the Buzz Lightyear brand has been recalled, so Woody and the gang ship themselves to Taiwan to rescue Buzz. I think that would have been definitely an interesting concept, but I mean, I'm happy with the Toy Story 3 we got, so I mean, I can't really complain. Another even more interesting concept, in my opinion, is the second Monsters Inc. that never got made. I feel like it would have been a super cool movie visually, just saying. Howdy, how we doing today? Good to see you on the stream. Yes, it's called Monsters Inc. 2 Lost in Scaradise. Let me go back here. Yeah, so my good friend Hemis made a video about it, and it was about how Mike and Sully get trapped in the human world, so they have to go on a mission in the human world to search for Boo and find a home in time for Mike and Celia's wedding. But as it turns out, the old lady they saw at the beginning of the movie was Boo, and time in the real world moves faster than it does in the monster world. So, which is kind of a depressing plot. It's kind of a depressing plot if you think about it, but I don't know. Would it have been better than Monsters University? I mean, Monsters University was just an okay movie. It wasn't anything special, but I am doing well. We are like a good 2 hours and 40 minutes through this stream, but still, we're hanging on here. I'm trying not to keel over and fall asleep and take a nap on the stream. BrayBray nap time stream. That would be an interesting idea. But that's that. Oh, I know James. Yeah, I do not know James the Cat. He looks like a puffball. Okay, how does he walk? How does bro walk? Is that his feet like protruding out from his feet? I don't know. Like, why are there two bumps right? Okay, so these are James's front paws, I'm assuming. And these are James's back paws. However, if you look behind the image, it implies like there's another paw back here. So does bro have 6 feet? Looks like a lot of it got found. Seems to be some work that needs to be done for the second season of the show, though. Yeah, honestly, the best part about Monsters University is the last part of the movie where the snail is trying to get to class and then the school year's already over when he gets to class. And it's sort of like a metaphor for how, like, slow students, they fall behind in school. They're systemically set up to fail. I thought that was a pretty funny reference, I guess you could say. I know that's often the main thing people think of when they think of Monsters University nowadays. Bridge in Tunnel. Partially found unreleased MTV reality show. Ooh. Ooh, Staten Island, disgusting. I have to stay within a 50-mile radius outside of Staten Island to protect my health and safety. I don't know if you guys know that. Chat, can we bump this? Can we bump this, chat? Did somebody say Staten Island? I said Staten Island, okay? Now, I'm not allowed within a 50-mile radius of it because, again, it'll harm my health and safety. There's just a bad aura around Staten Island, okay? Lost media topic I remembered right now is a lost Australian show called Mollygrubs. Mollygrubs. Let's look that up. That might not have an article here on the wiki. I love Dustin Diamond. Interesting. I think Wang made a video about this, didn't he? I think, yeah, Wang. Good old Wang. Gotta love Wang. Gonna be in some LMB videos coming up, by the way. Stay tuned. Magic Mountain. Gotta love Magic Mountain. This aired on Nick Jr. Oh, it aired on Nick Jr. in the UK. I see. So it never made it stateside, I guess. Yeah, the huge amount of trash in Staten Island. Yeah, like half the island was like a landfill back in the day. And they had to reopen it because of 9/11. Magic Mountain. Yeah, right. Gotta love Magic Mountain. One of the most searched for pieces of lost media ever. Gotta love Magic Mountain. Meowth's Party. Oh, I remember this. This was featured at Space World 2000 along with the infamous demo of the mature looking Zelda game. And then when Wind Waker came out, everybody got mad because they were like, I wanted a big mature Zelda game. Well, you got Wind Waker. It's a good game. It's not like it's one of the most critically acclaimed games ever. Oh no, the China. Little Iodine is the only live action of Little Iodine ever made. Yeah, you gotta love Wind Waker. Boo, Wind Waker sucks. I wanted one of those big boy Zelda games, okay? It sucks so bad. Meanwhile, it would go on to become one of the most critically acclaimed games of all time. Time slip, lost color negatives. I swear, some of the stuff I find on the wiki sometimes it's just the most random shit. Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't re-release the Wii U game on the Switch because it seems like every major game on the Wii U was re-released on the Switch, but I guess not Wind Waker HD. The 90s didn't end until 2014. Yeah, I guess you could say that's true because I guess the big nostalgia wave of the 90s started in like the early 2010s. Like you could make an argument that like the whole aesthetic of the 90s kind of just lingered on throughout the 2000s. I know you probably meant that as a joke, but like I mean it is kind of true to some extent. Blood Circus? I don't know about that. See, this is what you get when you click random page. It literally is very random. Yeah, I mean, the thing with the 2000s is that, like, I feel like there was a giant shift in time to where, in the late 2000s, you had, like, the rise of social media sites, and that definitely changed the game in terms of pure culture wise. So it's definitely, I feel like, a decade that's split in two among a lot of people. Yeah, yep. Oh my god. Listen, the random page button, it knows me. The Roy the race car. Although it was like another dub of the show that was on the LMA that I used as an example. I don't think it was the American dub, but this is the it is the greatest dub of the show. Zizzy? Who is Zizzy? Kind of sounds like Rizzy. She took a big sip of water right there. 104 episodes, and most of them are lost. Fantastic. Honestly, I don't know how big of a demand there is out there to find the Rory the Race Car lost American dub episodes, but Zizzy, yeah, Zizzy, that's pretty funny. It's pretty Milkshake. What is Milkshake? Is that like a programming block? I'm assuming that's what that is. I think my boy Scribbles might know what that is. He's British. The twins. Just the twins. Man, it ran until 2001. Hmm. I know another twins that ended in 2001. I don't know what I was going for with that one. Bruh moment. Lost expert. Hi, I never actually edit pages, but I do comment on them. Can you really consider Roblox a social media? It's more of a gaming platform. So tell a guy, wait till you find out about the Krusty Towers joke I made in the SpongeBob deleted scenes iceberg. Yes, it is in fact 9 p.m. EST. Yes, 9/11 was in fact connected to a lost British television series. Very true. Very true. I think I remember hearing about this one back in the day. It's 6:02 in your region. You must be on the West Coast. The good guys. I wonder if they're good guys. Couldn't imagine. Let's see. Oh my god. Look at all this. This is just wild. 2012 Olympics. Alright, I'm scared. I'm gonna click away. Due to its disturbing subject matter. I don't know about disturbing subject matter on the BrayBray live stream. Then again, I had a little incident earlier where you might have been here. There were some things going on. Ooh, this is the subject of the famous LSSQ video. Actually, I don't think it's that popular anymore, but this was pretty popular back in like 2018 when the video came out. Anyways, yeah, I mean, we're kind of in the closing moments of the stream. We're back. We're back. Okay. So as I was saying, I I lost my train of thought here. Okay. I said earlier that I was going to end the stream at around 9 EST, and we're about to achieve the 3-hour mark right about now. And, you know, in terms of this stream, I think it was a good go around, you know. We had some problems with the mic, but those were fixable, and, you know, I think it was definitely something that the people in the chat, you know, we were having fun, looked at some pieces of Lost Media, we played some Mario Kart, didn't make many gains, but oh well. Yeah, it definitely was a good test stream. I mean, I would do this more formally again. I would make a more formal announcement next time I do it, but this was mostly just to test my new capture card and the entire new setup I got going here with my mic and my TV, you know, my whole integration here. Yeah, it was a very chill stream. I had a lot of fun. I know everybody in chat had a lot of fun. It's pretty good, but I don't know. Looking back, in terms of the new videos coming out on the channel, I can't really give you an exact time frame as to when those will come out. I know they'll definitely be out in 2025. There'll probably be no more new videos this year, but who am I to say? I could pull something together. But either way, it's going to be either the second episode of the DCOM dance or that sitcom I kind of want to keep a little secret, a little hush-hush for now. But that'll be the future of the channel coming up. And in terms of the Lost Media Busters, we have a video coming out for the Best of Nickelodeon Studios Florida video. That should be out as our first video in 2024. Make sure you're looking forward to it. It's going to be like a 35-40 minute video, at least. It's going to revolve around a lot of your favorite creators. We got Sewer Reviewer, Ray Mona, those type of guys in there. Those type of people. Pretty good. Pretty good. So, I'm probably going to end it here. It was a good test stream. Had a lot of fun. That's all I got to say. So, I'll see you guys around. I'm going to say the catchphrase. Stick around. Hold on. This has been BrayBray. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and remember that Buff Yoshi is forever supreme.